All right, everybody, happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good week. It's nasty weather outside again, the rain and the wind and the cold and the clouds. Ugh, I feel like I'm living back in Seattle. But let's get into some headlines first. Here we go. Oh, we got a slew of them today because wacky stuff is happening, especially with one dude. Wheel of Fortune host Pat Sajak yells at contestant a day after going viral for tackling another. Pat Sajak puts Wheel of Fortune contestant in a headlock after dominating win. Pat Sajak loses it on Wheel of Fortune, assaults contestant after historic win. What the heck is going on with Pat Sajak? Other than the fact that the Wheel of Fortune's ratings did go up a little bit. I'm sure that was not his intention at all. Anyway, moving right along to some other news other than Pat Sajak news. Gordon Ramsay, key ingredient for the perfect grilled cheese exclusive. Well, typically I don't open the headlines because the headlines are either trolling or really dumb or not that interesting, and that's why I grab them. But sometimes they capture my attention enough that I actually have to read the article. Well, Gordon Ramsay, he's the top chef and the elevator chef dude, the levels, the game that's on now. Anyway, he likes to yell at people, but I think it's a, fair play, or turnaround is fair play, or whatever it is. But he says the top thing for grilled cheese is meat. Meat, Gordon Ramsay says. Except when you put meat and other things, oftentimes you're taking away the fact that it's now a Reuben or it's a turkey sandwich. Just because you melt some cheese on it doesn't make it now a grilled cheese when you put other things in. A grilled cheese is a grilled cheese. It's grilled bread and cheese. That's it, Gordon Ramsay.
Gee, come on, stop.
That's it. Fancy putting meat in it. Jeez, come on. That just becomes a French dip sandwich. That's got melted cheese on it sometimes. All right, moving on. Newsom, our great governor of this state, Newsom wants to extend Hollywood tax credits and give out millions in refunds. He wants to give basically tax breaks to Hollywood to do more filming back in California and Hollywood because they taxed the crap out of them before everybody left. There's not much actual filming that takes place in the great state of California anymore because of the taxes. However, Newsom wants to give a tax credit back to Hollywood so that there's more filming here. Hey Newsom, since we're going to be getting this tax credit and you're taxing other people a lot, how about this one? How about instead of doing that kind of thing because that's great for Hollywood and all, what if you gave refunds to people better refunds and tax breaks to people that are working in human service delivery? Oh, that's weird. Wait a minute. You mean that would actually help people that are helping people instead of helping people that are already making a lot of money in other ways? And anyway, just a thought, Mr. Newsom, since you're really on top of taking care of those the really important things like paper receipts and all. All right, enough of the news. Here we go. Wednesday. What do we talk about on Wednesdays? We talk about employment. And last couple weeks I spent a lot of time talking about personal leadership and being a good employee and stuff like that. So today I'm gonna focus on that again, because a lot of times we think, oh gosh, I'm just I want a job or I want something and I just need to it's just not happening for me. I want this, but it's not happening for me. Well, why is it not happening for you? That's the question you have to ask. Because the I want a lot of things and I just can't get them. Well, it's typically because you need to do something, right? And the question always is, what have you done to get that want? Right? I want this. What have you done? The question is, what have you done to get it? Well, I applied. Okay, that's great. You applied for the job. Did you call? Did you follow up? Oh yeah, I gotta do that. It's like there are steps. There are things you have to do to achieve anything. To learn how to walk, you had to crawl. You had to try. You had to fall. You had to get back up. Everything requires you giving something to get something. To get that want, you got to give something. Here's an example. Me personally, I always like to be a better leader. That's just been a focus for years for me, and I work very hard at it. Here's some of the things that I do, okay? I read books. Everybody knows I have a ton of books in my office. I read books constantly, okay? That's one way that I educate myself to help achieve the goal of being a better leader. Additionally, I do research. So I go online, I find something, I hear something, I go research on Google, read articles, read trade magazines, listen to TED Talks and YouTube channels and motivational speakers and all these things. I put all this information together. I work very hard on it. I gather all this information and then I do work. I practice it. I take the ideas and the concepts, I incorporate them into my life and how it works for me, and then I go and practice it. I do the work, right? I do something to get something. But I'm not done because this isn't easy. Sometimes there's multiple steps to get that thing that you want. The last thing I do, which is a very important one, is I evaluate. I evaluate myself. I try to get out of myself, look at myself in the mirror and say, did you really do what you needed to do? How did that go? I'm very critical of myself in a positive way. I really challenge myself to say, hey, was that really the right thing? Here's the results. Okay, that didn't work out very well. Let's not do that one again. That worked out great. Let's keep doing that and focus on being honest with yourself. Now I know I'm getting what I want because I'm doing the work, I'm practicing it, and I'm seeing the results. So in the case of getting a job, I applied, I marked on my calendar, I'm gonna follow up on that day. I called, I followed up and got some instructions or something. I followed the next steps. I did all the steps. And then when I get the job, I can look back and say, yes, I did all those things. That's the evaluation. Woohoo, nice job. Or if I didn't get the job, well, I did wait a long time, honestly, to call them back. They said to do these things. I only did 2 of the 3 things they asked me to do. You gotta be honest with yourself. And maybe that wasn't your true goal. But if you're working towards something, if you want something, you have to put on the work. You have to put in the work to get it. And you have to make sure you're putting in the right work. Don't assume that you just know what to do. Ask questions. That's why I read. I can assume I know what being a good leader is, but that's just an assumption. The proof lives in people that have gone before you, learning from others. That's where the proof is. Let's look at, because I've just done my job-related stuff, let's see what Zach's got for some job-related stuff right here.
If you had to be at work at 9 a.m., what time do you think you should show up to work?
8:50.
Like 8:50?
I would show up before 9 o'clock. Before 9 o'clock, get there almost.
What is the benefit of showing up that early to work?
Because I want to get there on time, just to get prepared for my work day shift.
8:30 or 7, so that way you can check in on time and you have time to go grab your lunch before you have to go into work.
Like, if they said it was at 9, probably like 8:50, probably like 5 minutes before.
10 minutes earlier, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 29th, and we're gonna go over a little work-related facts with Zach today. If I showed up right when the beginning of my shift starts, that's okay, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm right on time, right? Now that's a good thing to do. But hey, wouldn't it benefit you a little more if you showed up maybe a little early? And according to this, it does. First of all, I mean, bottom line is you leave earlier, that traffic you get stuck in every day at the same time and go, oh my gosh, I'm late because of traffic. that traffic might not be there if you leave a little earlier. Or it still might be there, but it just gives you a little extra time to roll in so you're not rushing. And then when you rush into work, guess what? You find yourself very tired and very stressed. And I don't know about you guys, I don't like to go to bed stressed, let alone start anything I'm doing stressed, right? So, get there a little earlier. Take a few minutes, decompress, relax, all right? I mean, the obvious is that your bosses, those of you who are out there looking for work, who are currently working, your bosses are gonna notice that you're showing up earlier, and so that's gonna make a good impression. Plus, it also, to many employers, it shows enthusiasm towards your job. You're excited to be in there, okay? You wanna be there. So, these are just some of the benefits to showing up to work early. Like I said, if that means catching the earlier bus to get there early, catch the earlier bus and get there early. If that means leaving and beating the traffic, or like I said, just hanging in the traffic a little longer and being less stressed about it, I don't know, sounds good to me. I don't really like to be stressed out when I start anything. So hey guys, take this into consideration when you do have a job. And even if you're not having a job, this can come in handy with many things that make us nervous or feel a little bit out of place. So it could go all the way to social events and things like that as well, you guys. So, hey, get there early. That is the work-related tip of the day.
Cool, more job-related stuff. It's up to you guys, man. Make the choice. Personal leadership. It happens if you make it happen, right? You just gotta work at it. All right, what is the national day today?
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 29th, last Wednesday, because remember I told you I could keep saying that? Yes. You know what I really enjoy when I'm sitting in my office and not standing out watching this? Is everybody is doing the Wednesday thing. The Wednesday thing. You know what it is, right? It's what? Hump Day! Yeah, I love hearing you guys. Everybody does it and it's pretty cool. It's our kind of thing now, huh? But it is Wednesday. And we have a national day. The national day is Little Red Wagon. How many of you have had a little red wagon? I don't know, you might still have your little red wagon. It was like, your first bicycle or something when you had a red wagon. When I was younger, we used to put the wagon on the back of the bicycle. And then we put a bunch of stuff in it and towed it around. I still think people do kind of sort of those things. But the little red wagon, yep. When I was little, I remember you'd put all your babies in there and you toot them around. And then when you got a little bit bigger, you could take it outside and we put dirt in it and we take it from place to place and dump it. And let's see, what have I done with my little red wagon? Oh, I sold my Girl Scout cookies, which I'm disappointed they're already, you can't buy them anymore. I'm bummed. Oh well, I really don't need them, but they are good. But the red wagon, you take it everywhere, you do everything with it. It's kind of iconic, a red wagon. I remember I bought my grandson his red wagon when he was smaller. And what does he do with it right now? Same thing I did. Totes his babies around in it, all of his stuffies, from place to place. And then in the summer, he takes it outside and he's try to put the cat in it and take the cat for a ride. And he wasn't having none to do with that. So it's like your own personal little, dump truck when you're little. And then it just becomes the carrier of all when you get bigger. I still have a red wagon and I turned it into a flower pot. Versatile, right? So, you guys still have your little red wagon. Think of all the memories you had with it. And if you never had a little red wagon, I'm sorry for it. Maybe you should ask for one. But that's today's date. Little Red Wagon.
Very good. All right. Go have a great Wednesday, everybody. Hey, one last note. Everyone thought we were kind of nuts to do the 48-hour film contest, but we did it anyway. Why? Because we wanted to. Because We wanted it, so we did the work to go and get it. It was fun. We had a good time. Okay, you guys saw it yesterday, 1 o'clock today, YouTube Live. We'll see what's going on there. We'll do some fun, cool stuff there as well. And have a great Wednesday, everybody. We got some, nicer weather coming up. So, and then less rain. It's kind of spread out a little bit more. We'll see how April goes. But I know in the distance, there's a little bit of warmth coming our way. Thankfully, finally. All right, have a great Wednesday, everybody. Take care.